by Kulak, published on the author's Substack, Anarchonomicon, read by an artificial intelligence based on the voice of Joshua Graham. The existence of leftism is actually a shocking epistemic revelation. The philosophical implications. How do they consistently choose and assert the wrong answer every time, even on subjects they know nothing about? Psychometrics, prehistoric migrations, sexual practices in New Guinea. Their right or wrongness should be random. They don't have information. How do they know to lie about the Aryan migrations, even when they've never heard of it? How did they know to lie about the sexual practices of Pacific Islanders? How do they know to lie that the only time group differences in IQ exist and matter is about the one group where the studies are really thin and there probably isn't a gap, and then lie again and deny all the group differences that are vastly more compellingly demonstrated? The existence of the leftist proves that people not only have a deep intuitive sense for when a social group is lying or deluding such that they can intuitively take the lying and delusional side of a controversy. They can do it even when encountering it for the first time and without social priming by the more knowledgeable, such as Margaret Mead and the Pacific Islanders. How did she know to lie and make up fruity sexual perversions no Pacific Island community has ever practiced? How did she know that was the right thing to do for leftism? Leftists intuitively know what human nature actually is, even related to matters as complex as sexuality, war, and intergroup psychometrics, and intuitively understand the exact lies they should propagate about it to raise their status and perpetuate that regime of delusion. This is incredible. It implies a vast amount of subconscious, highly detailed, incredibly accurate reserve of nearly complete and detailed knowledge of human nature, basically preloaded into every brain on Earth, or deducible from knowledge already in there, which leftism and the entire modern world exists to suppress, undermine, and train out of people, seemingly with the one exception for the core leftists, who feel it deeply enough and threateningly enough that they know to lie. This is incredible not only for the implications of how the human mind works and how our culture works, but because of what it implies. If leftism is an intuitive, biological, unspoken hostile disposition to our innate knowledge self-data of human nature, that implies that anti-leftist exists, who is capable of just immediately intuiting all the truths of human nature, as well as social, political, and religious institutions. Beings capable of almost effortlessly giving detailed, accurate, correct, and philosophically complete answers to all the pressing questions of the past 300-plus years. Not just natural innate philosophers, natural innate oracles and prophets. People who resolve 99% of all questions of religion, politics, philosophy, social relations, sexual politics, racial politics, and personal improvement. Every time they open their mouths. If only we'd believe them. Biological clairvoyant oracles whose virility, hormonal health, beauty, innocence, and luminescence compels them to speak the most important truths in human history every time they speak. The same way the wretchedness and hormonal horror of the leftist compels them to speak the most destructive of lies. People who'd heal the world, if only we stopped, listened, and elevated them onto television without a filter or censor that they might be heard by all. The human beings who are the closest to angels and have historically presented us with paragons able to reform entire fields, govern nations into golden ages, and conquer empires seemingly just via their intuitive brilliance. I refer, of course, to 14-year-old white boys, and their philosophy is profoundly correct. You see, it all begins with the fact that you're a fag.